Hey guys, this is Jen Farino from plusoils.com, and we're going to do a really quick course in chemistry of essential oils. This is not your normal high school chemistry class, so you don't need to be intimidated. We're going to start with talking about one drop of an essential oil. One drop contains 40 million trillion molecules. So an essential oil is very complex. It has so many constituents. There's really no way to study it comprehensively, and we're always learning new ways that we can find benefits from our essential oils. We have 100 trillion cells in our body, so that means since there are 40 million trillion molecules in an essential oil, we can cover every cell in our body 40,000 times with all the molecules that are in that drop. The next part of this class, we're going to be talking about the Big Triple Punch. We call this PMS. It's an acronym for phenols, monoterpenes, and sesquiterpenes. Phenols are compounds of carbon molecules, and they come in lots of varieties. So there are different important molecules that are found in essential oils. The most important function performed by phenols is that they clean the receptor sites on the cell. So the receptor sites receive messages. And without clean receptor sites, the cells cannot communicate, the body malfunctions, and this results in sickness. So it's very important that we have clean receptor sites so that our cells can communicate, they can take messages, and the body's working properly. Monoterpenes is another type of compound also found in essential oils, and monoterpenes are used to reprogram misinformation at the cellular memory. So this includes the DNA of the cell that tells the cell how to function. Monoterpenes reprogram misinformation. So if the DNA is not programmed properly and we need to rewrite that code, the monoterpenes can do that. 92% of grapefruit is monoterpene, 77% of frankincense. Cypress has 77% as well. Then we have pine that's also high, and peppermint has 11% monoterpenes. Sesquiterpenes is the final compound that we're going to be talking about in the PMS Big Triple Punch, and there are more than 10,000 different kinds of sesquiterpenes. So there's all different types, and they are found in cedarwood, ginger, myrrh, and frankincense, along with other essential oils, but these are just some examples of the percentages that I have. And sesquiterpene molecules deliver oxygen to the cells, and it delivers the oxygen just like the hemoglobin does to our blood. So hemoglobin attaches to oxygen and delivers it to our blood, and you can see that sesquiterpenes do the same thing but to our cells at the cellular level. Sesquiterpenes also erase miswritten codes in cellular memory. So again, just how the monoterpenes function, they're going to rewrite that the DNA, having an effect on that. All right, the next part is going to talk about electromagnetic frequency. Now this is the same type of frequency that is measured by EKGs when it's measuring the frequency of the heart. You can measure frequency of anything really, and essential oils have electrical properties generating nanovolts of electricity at the megahertz frequencies. They range from 52 megahertz to 320 megahertz, and lower frequencies resonate with the body systems that have those frequencies. So bone has a low frequency, right? And valor actually has a very similar frequency to bone. So we find that valor is supportive to bone structure. And just to compare, fresh herbs have a frequency of 20 to 27 megahertz. Dry herbs are a little less, so 12 to 22 megahertz. And fresh produce is, like an apple or banana is lower than that. All right, and we're going to go a little bit to anatomy, talking about how the body communicates. So cells and body systems communicate between each other in two ways. The first is by electricity of the nervous system. So the nervous system is going to send signals, and this works analogously to how your email system works, how you receive and send messages to other email systems. The body also communicates by hormones, steroids, and other molecules that carry messages throughout the endocrine system. And this is analogous to how your FedEx carrier system works. So the FedEx will, deliver messages and packages and to different people, from different people. And this is how hormones, steroids, and other molecules work in the body, just delivering different messages that way. All right, now we're going to talk about measurements of the human body. So a healthy person measures the frequency between 62 and 68 megahertz. When a person's frequency dips, then they'll start to show symptoms of illness. So a cold is about 58 megahertz, a flu starts to be at 57 megahertz. The process of dying will start at 25 megahertz and goes to 0 at death. So a corpse doesn't have a frequency. And this was actually documented research that was done by the Tyno Technology in Washington. And they just use instruments just to get the frequency of different things. And one thing that they found was really interesting is that the effect of coffee. Now, we all know that coffee is not the healthiest beverage for our body. Maybe Ningxia Red would be a better choice, but coffee does have a negative effect, and we see here that the frequency of someone from just holding that cup of coffee is lowered by 8 megahertz. And then if they take a sip of that coffee, it'll lower it again by 14 megahertz. So this is significant. Looking at this, I'm not sure if holding the cup of coffee actually lowers the frequency, or maybe holding the cup of coffee and maybe the person knew that the coffee wasn't the best thing for them to drink, and their thoughts, because we also know that negative thoughts lower our frequency and positive thoughts raise them. So it's very important just to fill your mind with positive thoughts, and don't let negative thoughts capture your thinking. Okay, and then here are just some examples of different essential oils and their corresponding megahertz. And this information was taken from David Stewart's book, Healing Oils of the Bible, and also Chemistry of Essential Oils Made Simple. Both these books can be found on Amazon or Life Science Publishing. I highly recommend these books. They're really, really good, and David Stewart is a wealth of information. So I hope you enjoyed this discussion, and we will have many more for you.